very good afternoon to everyone, and thanks for joining. Today's topic is very important because it is something related to our kids' mental and physical health, how they are caught up in TV screens, and how they are, how they are facing challenges and how they are addicted. So we as parents are worried because of a lot of dangerous, uh, things which would come as side effect of these digital devices. They are very useful to us in our daily life, but at the same time, they are creating a lot of side effects for our small kids and who are our future generations and going to contribute a lot in our nation's development, I'm sure. So today we have Mrs. Shifali Pujari with us. She is a parenting coach and she has studied technical aspect of all those things which we as parents should know before we handle, before we give these gadgets to our kids. So this is a very important topic and I'm sure you will going to take a very information and insightful messages from today's webinar. So we have um, Shafali Pujari. Over to you. You can introduce and then just start the session. Thank you. Thank everybody for joining.
Thank you. Thank you, Soumya, for setting up the stage. And I welcome everyone. Very good evening to all of you. Before we start, I would just like to know if everybody is safe and sound there, given in the current situation. Can I see some thumbs up? You can mention in the chat box. Yay, that's nice. Thank you. We want to wait or we want to start, Soumya?
We can start. We can start. We have good number of people here, and people may join us.
All right. Okay. So here, before I begin, I would just like to understand, or rather, I would just like to tell you that we are in a digital era. Digital medium or the online medium has become an irreplaceable and integral part of our lives. And parents, we should not get overwhelmed and feel helpless about the same. Rather, we should try to help our children and not pass on this helplessness on them. Okay, so today I'm going to share some online and offline tips for you. We cannot do anything, without being online today. But still, I have tried my best to curate something, which will be those activities which will be helpful for you doing offline also. Here, I would like to start sharing my screen. Yeah. All right. So before I begin, I would also like to tell you that I am associated with Deep Parenting, which is an organization. We are a team of parenting coaches spread across the world. And we help people and empower parents to make their parenting journey easy and joyful. So this is the presentation for you, Parenting in the Digital Age. So do you all agree that the routine of the kids in the lockdown has got disturbed? And in what all ways? Would anybody like to comment or mention anything? They can see in the chat box.
Or you can also just unmute and
Yes,
talk
yeah.
if you want to.
Okay. So their sleeping pattern has got disturbed. The screen time has increased. Their eating habits have got, they have got up to unhealthy eating habits. They are not socializing anymore. The depression, anxiety, frustration, they are bored and they are confused. They are more addicted to video games and they have less interest in academics. So is this all, or anyone has anything to add to this?
Yes, I think somebody has mentioned that physical activities and social interactions have gone down. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all there. I'm not able to see any comments. So anyways, okay. So here I would like to suggest that we divide their day in 4 parts. The first part being the physical engagement. The second part would be the academic engagement. The third part would be the entertaining engagement. And the fourth part would be the informative engagement. Before we, I will explain you the nature and the structure of each and every engagement that I have mentioned here. Would also suggest some kind of activities to take it ahead. But before we go ahead with this, there are a certain set of rules or certain things which we as parents need to follow to have all these engagements in place. Having a fixed waking up and sleeping time. This is important for children as well as we parents also. Because if the biological clock gets disturbed, everything is disturbed. The kids will not be in their proper mood. They will not be in a proper mindset. So everything, if you have not slept well, your day will not be well. So it is very important to have a fixed waking up and sleeping time. Having said that, parents, I would also like to suggest that you should be getting up before your kids get up, not with them, so that you can finish up. Yes. Okay. So that you can finish up your activities before some activities or some routines. Have your me time, finish up with your meditation if you are doing that, and have your me time before your child is up. If you are in a proper mindset and if you have had that me time of yours, you will be able to help your children out with that. You will not get frustrated now because 24 by 7 we are bumping into each other, which earlier was not the case. Number two, schedule the activities for the day. If your day is not scheduled, if you do not have anything in place, if you do not have a clue about what you are going to do next, it is like shooting an arrow in the dark. And if we as adults, if we are not able to, if we get confused without having a schedule in place, you can just imagine what happens with children, right? Children need to have some kind of a schedule. They need some kind of tracking in place. They need a timetable. If you have observed ever that if a child is given a proper timetable to follow, they do the things very nicely. They do not need any kind of push. Number three is keep a tracker. Keep a tracker for the child. Let them do the markings. If whatever activities they are assigned in a day, let them finish it. Let them put a tick mark or a cross over that. That will help them, and that will give them an automatic push to have more ticks over that tracker. Reward them enough. Reward and appreciation goes a long way, a very long way. Reward does not mean you buy them expensive gifts or something. A simple stars or smiley stickers and a small celebration at home is like cooking a special meal for them when they have completed a certain task or something. That will help them a lot. That will help them to get those more tick marks on the tracker. And lastly, parents need to role model. So dear parents, I would like to tell you all that if you are going to binge watch on a Netflix or binge watch some another kind of movie or be on your mobile all day long, the kids are going to follow the suit. Children are very good observers. So please role model whatever you want your child to behave. Everybody is with me till here? Any apprehensions? You can show me some chat, thumbs up in the chat, or you can mention something in the comment box, or you can unmute and talk.
Yeah, Shafali, we got some comment in chat box, and I think we are good to go.
Good to go.
Start with the schedule which you mentioned earlier, the four parts of the day,
Right.
right?
Okay. So we go here with the first part of the day, that is the physical engagements. Physical engagements is, include the day should start with some kind of physical activity. Whether your child gets up at 7 o'clock or your child gets up at 10 o'clock, their day has to begin with physical engagements. We all know the importance of physical engagement in a child's life or in our life as well. When the blood flow to the brain increases when a child is engaged in physical activity, and in turn it is very beneficial for their health. So you can plan out some yoga activities, Zumba activities, or maybe simple stretching exercises, or all of these things. Having said that, here parents have to be with the kids whenever they are doing this engagement. If अगर हम बच्चे को ये बोलेंगे कि बेटा कल सुबह उठना है और फिजिकल एक्सरसाइजेस करनी है, बच्चे को इसमें कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं होगा. वो कर भी लेगा तो सुबह उठ के एक दो दिन कर भी लेगा, क्योंकि चलो बनाया है, एक ट्रैकर बनाया है, मम्मा ने बोला है करना है, वो कर भी लेगा. बट अगर हम बच्चे को ये कहेंगे कि योर मॉम एंड डैड इज ऑल्सो गोइंग टू डू इट विथ यू, their excitement and their enthusiasm will double up here. You can ask them what they would like to do. Would they like to do a Zumba? Would they just like to dance over some song? Would they like to do some stretching exercises, some kind of meditation or exercise? What is it that they would like to do? This engagement will just be for 15 to 20 minutes in the morning, afternoon, and evening. There would be maximum of 3 engagements in a day, compulsory. And as mentioned, parents will also be doing this with the children. The next we come to is the academic engagements. Academic engagements is something which has got to do with their studies, the online schooling, the virtual classes, and all of that. Now, this is something which we cannot escape, and it is very necessary. So their day starts in the same way with the physical activities, after which they need to get ready, they need to have their breakfast, and they need to sit for their classes. Now here, whenever the child is sitting for their class, they need to be in the right frame. Please let them wear their uniform, put a bottle of water next to them, and do not provide them snacks on the table during their classes. They can have it during the breaks. Another thing is, I believe after every lecture or after every session, they do get some kind of a break for 5 to 10 minutes, wherein do not allow them to sit in front of the computer or in front of the laptop or whatever medium they are using, any gadget. Ask them to move around. Ask them to come and give you a hug. Ask them to just maybe water the plants, or do not just let them sit in front of that computer. It is very essential. Those breaks are given by the schools, keeping in mind the effect on the eyes. This is helping them having their accounts for the children who do not like to study after the school, or provided they are missing on their syllabus, or they do not have after school they do not have any other activity for their academic learning, like there is no online classes or tutorials or anything. So if the children do not like to read textbooks, they do not want to study further, they are just bored, or they want only an online medium, then Khan Academy. Then there is another app called Diksha. Okay, this is for the grades from 1 to 12, and they are all related to the school syllabus. They are from they all have the syllabus of NCRT, CBSE. All these syllabus is there on these apps, and this will be like learning with pleasure or learning with fun, because they have video learnings and all of that. Again, when you help them have their accounts on these apps, these are all free apps. You do not need to pay anything for it. There are paid apps also available. But whenever you ask them to download these apps, or if they are going for this kind of a learning, this should not be for more than half an hour, but twice. This engagements will be twice for them in the day. The next is the entertaining engagements. And I believe this is the most problematic area for all of us. What is entertaining engagement? Watching too much of screen, too much of mobile games, unwanted TV programs, or the YouTube videos. "3D video games. The most dangerous thing, I believe, the 3D video games before the age of 12 is very harmful. In fact, it is not recommended at all. You know what are the harms of 3D video games? Can anybody mention? "3D video games." Yes.
So I was just trying to ask if anybody can just add, here what are the entertaining engagements for their kids, probably, like what they are doing in their free time, so that we can, we can get some answers that most of the kids are only engaging or entertaining themselves through videos, through games, through all those video games only.
Yeah.
So I'm sure everybody is with me that most of their entertainment is through these devices or gadgets, right? Watching TV, iPad, yes. All right. So this is very important thing which Shifali is going to tell us, that how, well, what danger that these 3D games can do to our, to make them understand this. First of all, we need to understand what are the technicality with which it can harm our kids. So Shifali, please, over to you. I'm sorry I interrupted, because I really wanted everybody to focus on this part.
Yeah.
So yes, you can now, start telling what are the harmful, effects of.
Correct. So 3D video games, they affect our children's brain waves. They make the children impulsive. They not only, it just does not give any hand-eye coordination. The brain waves of the children are affected, and they make them impulsive, they make them frustrated, they make them aggressive. 3D video games, like if anybody has, you must have seen, or everybody of you, uh, Temple Run, PUBG, and all this. If you have ever tried to notice how a child feels after playing these games. So 3D video games before the age of 12 can be very harmful for your children. Next, avoid 3D video games and encourage 2D and intellectual games like Unblock, Free Flow, Sudoku, hidden object games. Find out the differences, Brainversity, Adventure Chronicles, and this all. When you are trying to tell your child to move from 3D to 2D, the child is not going to accept it. He will not like to play this 2D and 2D games or intellectual games. In this transition, the parent will have to support the child. Support in the sense, you will have to play along. You can just ask your child that one time he can play and one time you can play. This is how the transition can happen smoothly. Encourage board games. After the 2D games, you can encourage children to play board games like Ludo, Monopoly, Carom, chess. These all are mostly available in our homes. The only thing is we need to find time to play with our children. Again, I'm going to mention here Parents, you will have to support your kids here. Do not give them an option of 3D video games at all. There is no, do not give them an option. If you give them an option, they are always going to choose 3D video games. Encourage group talks and video chatting with their breed and with grandparents. Encourage group talks and video chatting because this will help them be little social. Now that we are not able to go out and socialize with anybody, this is the only way that we can encourage being social with their friends or grandparents. But this also in limited doses. It is not that they can do something every day, maybe once in a week or twice in a week. Grandparents, yes, of course, maybe however your system has been, that's okay. Any apprehension still here? Is everybody with me? Anybody wants to add something? Ask me something.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, Pratna.
Yeah. So I have like 2 daughters, and they play on iPad like some games, coloring games, and even the Ludo, and also the YouTube Kid channel.
Okay.
But most of the time, I install some puzzles or some activity games for them. So like when I am busy with my work, so they play together.
Correct. So it's
so
a
how
good
much
thing.
it is harmful?
See, as far as puzzles and all that is concerned, and they are not playing 3D games, it is a good thing. Okay, and you have already got them into playing Ludo, and you are saying you install some puzzles and all, which is again a very good thing. But only one thing what I want to mention is that screens will remain, screens will not go off. Everybody, okay, now everybody is worried about the effect of the screens that is, that will be there on the brain, on the posture, and all of that sort. But does anybody wonder what is this online thing teaching our kids? We want to eat, we just, the food is away at the click of a button. We want to shop, again, the click of a button. We want to watch a movie, again, it is again at the click of a button. Hear any song, want to watch any documentary, want to watch any exercise or anything. Everything is available at the click of a button. What worries me here is beyond the effects on the brain is tomorrow, this is all making our child very impulsive. If you ask yourself that does career happen at the click of a button? Does relationship happen at the click of a button? Does love happen at the click of a button? Nothing of this happens at the click of a button. Patience is not there in today's kids. So this online thing is affecting far more than the brains or all those sort of concerns which we are having. So this is what, I want you parents to think about, that how can we, get patience in our children. Because this is something, and this we are in a digital era, and screens are an integral part of our life. We cannot do without it. The gadgets are going to become cheaper and smaller, and they are required. Today, if you plan to remove gadget from your life or from your child's life, the learning will stop. So here, what we can do is we can do some distinguishing as good content and bad content. And yes, given their age, we need to have some offline engagements as well. So Prarthana, coming back to you, what you are doing is good. They two playing together is also good, so that they are social, their emotional needs are also taken care of to some extent, because they know to bond with each other at times. But I also would request you to please, play with them.
Yes, yeah, I do that also.
That is very important.
Yeah.
Parents' intervention or parents' support is very important. Yeah, somebody has raised hand.
Yes, And I also want to add, if we go
Yeah.
by schedule or, limit some time to that will also help. I mean, if you schedule it for every day at same time, then they would be knowing that we are going to play at this
Yes.
time. Even 2D games also, any screen time, we have to
Any
limit.
screen time, any screen time. Yes. But if you plan your day in the 4 engagements that I am mentioning, let me tell you that they will have very less time for this entertaining engagements.
Right.
All right, somebody had raised hand, somebody had a question.
Akshat Maheshwari, you want to say something or add? No? All right, you
All
can
right,
check.
yeah, so moving ahead. Now this is the TV watching or the fun watching or the YouTube videos, whatever. The screen time here is maximum 2 hours, which is recommended by the experts. And we shall try to keep this to minimum. Whenever your child is watching TV, the rule of the distance or watching any screen is distance rule is 5 times of the screen size. So if your television is 32 inches, the screen size would be 32 into 5, that is 160 inches. So probably 13 feet away. The illumination should be 100 nits. You don't want, the child watching mobile or television in a dark room. No, that's going to affect his eyes very badly. The TV programs or the YouTube channels or the series, whatever they watch, has to be age appropriate. So parents, you need to monitor here what they are watching.
So here I want to add, I mean, even if we go and check the age appropriation of for any of the cartoons or whatever video kids are watching, still we need to have a manual check because sometimes in cartoons also in programs for small kids also there are a lot of slangs being used and some content which are not good for kids, so some manual check is also required, and that's
Absolutely.
where role of a role of parents comes in.
Parents, yeah.
Yeah.
So then when it comes to YouTube, we just the children just open up any YouTube and start watching whatever they want. But if we provide them the platform of YouTube Kids, there is a good amount of parental control and video surfing, and the content related to is also of only kids. Sorry. Another medium of is the search engine. Kiddle is a search engine which is for kids. The content, whatever is visible there, is also age appropriate. So till the age of 12 or 11, kids can use, instead of Google, kids can use Kiddle as a search engine. Is anybody aware of this? Okay. So you can try using Kiddle and YouTube Kids. YouTube Kids, Pratna, you are already using, you said, right? The last is the informative engagements. When we come to informative engagements, it is learning new skill or developing something new. Gardening. Does anybody do gardening here with the kids?
Yes, I do.
You do? What does it teach children? What does gardening teach children? It teaches them to nurture, it teaches them to care, it teaches them patience after sowing the seeds. For toddlers, it is a great way to introduce textures.
And they are happy when they see a small flower or growth of plants.
Correct. Main thing is it teaches them patience and care. Next is include some STEM activities in their schedule. STEM activities is science, technology, biology, engineering, and maths. Now, for toddlers, you can go ahead with puzzles, building blocks, Legos, and all of that. When it comes to middle-aged children, you can have some science activities. And if you search Google, you will find an N number of activities which can happen here. Like currently there is one activity as floating drawing. Has anybody done this? Launching a catapult with the help of ice cream sticks and spoons and rubber bands and all of that. For toddlers, even there are active for toddlers or mid schoolers also. There are some activities which you can do at home without having anything like I Spy, playing opposites. Weave your child into a story. You can, for that matter, you can just start with building up a story and ask your child to join in. Let your child take the story ahead. You can again intervene. Both of you can sit down and take the story ahead. This can go on for 2 days, for 3 days, for that matter, even a day. Non-fire cooking for mid-schoolers. For teens, if they can do some proper cooking. And another thing is, whenever you ask them, please ask them for help. Do not order them. Non-fire cooking would include like, making a salad, making a lemonade. They can also help in the household chores, like setting up a table, serving food. Appreciate them whenever they do this. However good or bad they have done it, but appreciate the effort that they are doing. They will want to do it again for you. For teens, it is very important that we consider them as adults, and we involve them in the household chores. We consider them responsible and give them some kind of responsibilities. Reading books. When it comes to reading books, if you are able to provide umpteen number of books to your children, it is fine. If not, I have given options later in my presentation for online digital library and all of that. So reading books again is very important. It develops their linguistics, it develops their thinking power, it develops their vocabulary. Art and craft makes them imaginative, makes them creative. It is very important again, because this is something which they can do offline, and they can even do something best out of waste. They can watch a video once or twice, and then they can do the activity. Develop some hobbies like learning music and singing. Again, this would be online, but given in the current situation, we have no other choice. Learning a new language. Again, this would be online, but they can download certain apps where they can learn a new language. So instead of watching 2 hours of YouTube videos or killing zombies 2 hours online, they can indulge in some good content or learning some new skills. Help them journalize their thoughts and write. Help them have a gratitude journal. This is very important. When they start writing, they will, it develops their writing skills. It makes them think about what they have done during the day. Gratitude journal is very important. It makes them kind. It makes them happy for what they have. Parents can have a monthly bucket list with a tracker. Monthly bucket list is what would you like to do with your child during the whole month? Maybe co-watch a movie, do some kindness activity, maybe cook a favorite meal. Even if you are cooking a meal, you can ask your child to help you around with this. They will feel happy. They feel appreciated. They feel responsible. So this way you can have a bucket list for yourself and for your child as well. So Duolingo is an app which which is helpful for learning languages. It has a host of languages you can choose from, and they have a very good way of teaching it. Script is a form of digital library wherein the children can choose from fiction, non-fiction, audiobooks, and all of that. TED is another platform which teens can use with the elder kids from the age of 12 to 15 or 17, where they can hear or listen to some motivational speeches. They can also develop some public speaking skills. They can do so many other, so many things on TED. When they can develop writing skills, they can see how the people are writing and all of that. As I have already mentioned, learning cooking, new dishes, art and craft, everything. Lumosity, quick maths, P-School. Lumosity is an IQ development. It is a game, but it is pure IQ development. Quick maths would include Vedic maths, your finger maths, and all of that, which is for the mid-schoolers. It helps them, to solve maths quickly. Everybody with me? Any apprehensions? Anybody wants to ask me something?
Can you please repeat the last point, TED and Duolingo?
Duolingo is an app which is used to learn languages. They have a
like French or
yeah.
English?
No, you can learn French also.
Okay.
You can learn foreign languages. Script is an digital library.
In which we can read books.
Yes, you can read books. They have all
school books.
Story books. They can have an option for fiction, for non-fiction, for audiobooks, read me books, and all of that.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Any app or something for storytelling or reading stories, simple stories?
This is Unscript, or there is one more app called Epic. Epic, in which you can have read me stories where they will be reading the stories for you. Then there are audiobooks. Moving ahead. This is something on cybersecurity, and especially for teens, the kids above the age of 12. So make children aware about the online predators. We all know how unsafe the online world is, given that we cannot, though it is an integral part of us, we cannot forget how the online world is and about the predators. Encourage cyber safety. Do not share the personal information online. So this is what the parents need to tell their children, and sometimes parents end up giving up their own passwords to the children, and the use of parents' account, etc. So which should not be encouraged. So do not share the personal information online. Don't share passwords. Don't get together with someone you meet online. Don't use texts or other tools to gossip, bully, or damage someone's reputation. We need to tell children that they should not, when they meet, this is not possible now in this scenario, but otherwise also, when they meet somebody online, they talk for some days and then they want to meet that person. So which is not encouraged unless and until parents know about this, parents know who the person is, and everything about it. We should also let them know that they should not be talking anything wrong or anything bad about anybody. They should not gossip. It can be used against them. So here, parents, you will have to tell your children how to go about it. Talk to a parent or a trusted adult if an interaction or a message makes you uncomfortable. If the child is talking to somebody online and if he's not comfortable, parents, we need to watch for that, and we need to encourage them to come and tell us what was it and why this has happened. What was that person telling us? Why is he not comfortable? Signals for the parents to know that a child may be in trouble when the child is online. First of all, we need to be aware if the child is logging in on the same time every day. That means he is talking to somebody or something is there available for him online every day at the same time. Is the child secretive when using the computer? Is he behaving secretive? That is again for the parents to know that how is your child behaving when the child is using the computer. It should not happen. If this is happening, we need to have their passwords. We need to demand them. We need to demand to see the chat or to see whatever the child was watching. We need to notice if the child is happy when the child is getting off the computer. Why? Even if the child is happy, why do we need to see that? Why do we need to watch when he's getting off the computer? It is quite possible that the child is getting in a relationship with someone, or somebody has said something very good about him, but we do not know who that person is. We really need to be vigilant here, parents. Is the child depressed when the child is getting off the computer? Here, the chances are that somebody has said something to the child which the child has not liked it. That maybe he's abused, maybe somebody has bullied, or maybe something is wrong. So we really, again, at both these times, we need to ask the child about their passwords if they are secretive, watch the chat, or see what they were watching and have a control over it. First of all, I advise all the parents to disable the chat options, online purchasing options. This should not be available to child and it should not be there on a child's device. Decide on a screen-free time. Digital detox or a digital diet, which is very much in nowadays, the terms that we hear, but how much of us are really following this? Nobody is following this, I believe. Am I audible?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, Shefali, you're audible.
All right. All right. Yeah. So decide on a screen-free time. So there should be certain time during the day, like the meal time would be a screen-free time. The screens have to be out of the bedrooms. Let them not take their mobiles or tabs inside when they are sleeping. That was it, parents, from my side. I would open the floor for questions if anybody has anything to add on, if anybody wants to ask me something.
Shefali, there are two questions which we got in the chat box. How
Yeah.
to explain patience to a 2.5-year-old kid? And the second is what kind of securities and child safety measures we can take on laptops like blocking?
1 second. I'll just stop sharing my screen. Yep. Soumya, can you come again?
Yes. So the first question is how to explain patience to a 2.5-year-old kid. And second is what kind of securities and child safety measures we can take on laptops like blocking.
So for a 2.5-year-old child, I will tell you that parenting is patience. The child is not going to have any kind of patience. First of all, why is the child being impatient is important to, it is very important for us to understand that. Try to give child your enough attention. A 2.5-year-old child will just need that. your enough attention. If the emotional cup of the child is filled, the child is not going to behave like that. Whenever the child is impatient, just calm him down. Try to calm him down without losing your patience, because the child will not understand that you are shouting on him or you are scolding him, but the child understands your vibe. So please do not get frustrated. Just try to hold him and just try to calm him closer to you. Hold him closer to you. Just tell him that mama loves you or papa loves you, and everything will be fine. The child will settle down in some time. And then the child will not understand what you're trying to tell him, but as I mentioned, the child understands your vibes. Just say that whatever has happened was not right, why it has happened. Try to talk to them. They absorb.
Yeah, to add to it, you told that role modeling is the best way to make kids, learn. If you show patience, your kid will learn. If not, instantly, but in longer term, it will definitely going to work.
Because if you are going to get impatient, the child is going to get more impatient. Yeah. Does this answer your question? Hello?
Yeah, I think Anisha has asked.
Yeah.
Anisha, is it fine? Yes.
Thank you. The next.
Second question is, what kind of securities and child safety measures we can take on laptops, like blocking?
Like?
What blocking? Maybe Hema is asking what kind of sites or what should we block on laptop before. So we want to understand the age of your kid as well. Hema. Okay, maybe in general you can tell 12 years.
12 years. For a 12-year kid, it is very difficult, to tell them that not to chat or not to, first of all, do not have an, that in purchasing app installed, or do not have those permissions in your laptop. The child should not be able to purchase anything. Given you have given the child financial freedom, or does he have an access to your card? Sometimes we save the card and, then the child can go and buy anything. So please do not save all those things on your laptop. If the laptop is different, then I don't believe that you will be having, the child will be able to do that. Another thing is, even if the child is...
Can you give me 2 minutes so that I'll explain more better about my child?
Tell me.
Yeah. The thing is, she will not, financial freedom, she will not be utilizing it regarding the purchases, but she is...
You're muted, Hema.
This Amazon and Myntra, like that, the shopping in a sense, she's more interested in cooking. So the items which she prefer for cooking items, such kind of things, and she asks me, this is a very less price where it will be helpful for me, like that. So regarding the purchases, I don't have major problem. Financial aspect and purchases, I don't have major problem as of now, because she is also a bit calculated girl, and regarding money, she is not so expensive. To that part, it is fine. But the thing is, her screen time is very expensive, means where expanded time from morning to night, where I am not able to control. The most part where the problem is, even though a small bit of the chocolate piece eats, she needs the screen. These kind of habits she developed from this lockdown. Earlier also she has this habit, but that has been expanded a lot. Now she will not eat food or anything.
I cannot hear you, Hema.
And also this food eating habits. And sometimes she is more interested in stories, toon stories, and many different cartoon stories, all those things. Sometimes she prefers on TV, sometimes she prefers on YouTube. And even though sometimes I suggest her to do some crafts, some paintings. Many I have purchased her for her, and I ask her to do all this. She's interested and she'll do all these things also. But for that also, she will take the support of YouTube to get different ideas.
Correct. So
Yeah.
as I mentioned, anything to learn new, currently we have only one option, and that is online option. So
Yeah.
as far as she is learning, that is okay. So she has
Yeah.
to watch, how will she get an idea? Unless she is extremely creative, she cannot do anything by her own. Okay,
Okay.
so that is one part. Another part, when you say that, okay, while eating also she needs TV or something. So I would ask here you to have some non-negotiable rules. Okay, like meal time has to be a screen-free time. When you go to bed, there should be no screen in your bedroom. So sit down with her and have mutually decided rules. Do not
Okay.
impose, but have a mutually decided rules that this is not allowed, and they have to be
Okay.
non-negotiable. Please, otherwise there will be no value for your no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe
Means-
this four, segregation of day would help you from now. If you segregate your day with four parts, which Shifali just shared with us, it will help to decrease the screen time as well.
No, just you come back once again and suggest me how to avoid this phone at the time of eating food.
As I mentioned, you can sit down with her, talk to
Okay.
her, and
Okay.
have mutually decided rules. Like meal time would be a non-screen time. In the
Okay.
Once you go to sleep in the bedroom, whenever she is going to sleep, let her
Yeah.
not take her mobile inside.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, like that. So sit down with her, because if she would have been a mid schooler, I would have just told you that you can make rules, but now she is a grown up, and
Yes.
you need to befriend her, be friendly with her, talk down, sit down
Okay.
with her, explain her
Yeah.
everything, and decide on some mutually decided rules.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Got you. Actually, I'm trying, but again, maybe try and try. It may be
You need
helpful.
to be consistent. Yeah, you need to be
Yeah.
consistent. Show her the effects also. How does it affect our brain? Maybe if
Yeah,
you
I
already
have shown many videos,
videos.
WhatsApp videos which we receive, and also some things how the brain gets damaged. What is the sometimes because of this screen time is increasing, it is affecting her
Yeah.
sleep time also.
Yes.
She's going to sleep late hours, and waking up is becoming late. Everything I'm trying to explain her, and she's aware of it. The problem with these kids in this age is they most of the time they know the things, but to
They
follow it is a bit tough. That is the
correct.
major
They
part.
all know everything. They all know all the damages, how it is affecting their eyes, their posture, their brain,
The
everything.
one of
But
the
believe
most
me,
important part where is that is no, during its sleep time also she will not do, but her father is more sleep time he uses the phone where I cannot avoid it. That is also one of the problem where I suggest her, but sleep time I can avoid.
okay.
That is not the major problem. Only at the time of eating food, I'm not able to control her, because from her childhood onwards, she is bit not foodie. She's not interested to eat food. That this is helping her to eat the food, and she's getting addicted more and more to
Can you
YouTube.
ask her to cook food and then eat? Let her taste her own food.
Yeah. I'll try. I'll try, but the thing is, no, they are having their own. What to say, laziness. Whenever she is interested to go to kitchen, she goes.
Huh.
That is not all the day.
Ask her to help you. Ask her to help you.
Yeah.
Make her feel responsible. Appreciate her more, and be little consistent. And I'm sure she will come back.
Yeah, definitely. I'll take this part.
Maybe you can increase her, maybe you can ask her that if after completing the meal, she can get an extended, screen time. She's set with this pattern that during eating, she should not be watching any video or something, then this habit will be developed.
Yes, yes, yes. I'll take this support.
One thing I would like to mention, when I mentioned about the physical engagements, the first
Yeah.
part. Okay, so whenever we are engaging in this physical engagements, or you are engaging with your children, no screens are going to be on here. No screens are going. Music in the background is allowed if you are indulging in some Zumba or if you are indulging in some dance activities. Music is
Mm.
allowed, but screens are not allowed. Maybe if you do not know, you can for 1 or 2 days you can just learn it, but after that there should be no screens. And when there is academic engagements going on for the kids are kids are sitting for their school or for their virtual classes, etc. Parents, please finish off your business or your office engagements. I understand your office and business engagements are for longer hours than the school, but try to finish the most important tasks of the day so that the kids can be you are available for the kids in the later part of the day wherever possible.
Okay. Yeah.
हाउ टू सिलेक्ट कि वो मतलब लाइक आपने बोला यूट्यूब किड्स पे किड्स का ही सब कुछ आता है,
हाँ,
लेकिन अभी जैसे है कि बच्चों को जो भी कार्टून्स वो देख रहे हैं वो उनकी लैंग्वेज उससे खराब हो रही है या वे ऑफ टॉकिंग नहीं प्रॉपर हो रहा है, तो हम उनको कैसे ब्लॉक करें या कैसे स्टॉप करें, कैसे समझाएं कि आपको ये नहीं देखना है?
अब
क्योंकि
ब्लॉक ही
हम
कर
अगर उनको नो भी करते हैं तो वो नहीं मानते हैं, फिर जैसे ही रूम से बाहर जाओ दे अगेन प्ले ऑल दो स्टफ which we are
You
not.
can block the inappropriate content. On YouTube Kids, you have a good parental control where you can block the inappropriate content. अगर आपको चाहिए कि कोई सीरीज वो ना देखे या कोई प्रोग्राम अगर वो ना देखे, आप उसे ब्लॉक कर दीजिए, वो आएगा ही नहीं. आउट ऑफ साइट इज आउट ऑफ माइंड.
So there is an option to block, some content in the sense अगर आपको छोटा भीम नहीं दिखाना है या ऊगी द कॉकरोच नहीं दिखाना है तो you can block it. They'll search it. जब नहीं मिलेगा तो they'll forget about those cartoons. Longer term में नहीं मिलता है उनको तो.
If you ask me personally, I would suggest to go ahead with gardening, cooking, non-fire cooking. If possible for older kids, they can do, fire cooking. I mean the normal cooking also, and reading of books. These three, they will help them a lot. And also some STEM activities as per their grade.
Pratya,
And believe,
sorry, Shifali, I think we don't have any questions, but in general, you can do a closing and then.
Yeah, so I was just mentioning that
The age is 7 years, तो cooking and all तो अभी possible ही नहीं है.
cooking nahi possible hai, but they can make a salad, they can make a lemonade.
So you can give, different fruits or vegetables and ask them to decorate in some certain shapes so that it looks decorative and beautiful, non-fire.
See, I tell you, even for my daughter, I used to do this. She used to always come and ask me in the kitchen, can I make tea today? Now, as you mentioned is Miss Harshal. Okay, my daughter was also of that age at that time when she used to ask me this. So what I used to do, I used to tell her, okay, you can put 2 spoons of tea powder, 2 spoons of sugar, and you leave it. And then I will put it on the stove. She used to be happy doing that. So some kind of things, wherever, how much ever is possible.
Okay.
Indulge them in some art and craft, if not cooking. Indulge them in some reading. Indulge them in gardening.
Yeah, that's no better.
Gardening will teach them patience also. किसी का care करना, किसी का nurture करना. Gardening will get them that.
Thank you.
So I just want to, the last thing that I would like to say is, parents, we are in a digital era where, removing the screens totally from our lives or from our children's life is not possible. I would just ask you to think about some kids, who are not fortunate enough to get a learning through this mode also during these times. At least we have got some kind of a learning. The year has not gone waste for our kids. Yeah, only thing here we can do is we can have a distinguished between good content and a bad content. So plan out their day, physical engagements, as I have mentioned, do it. Let them start their day with that. If the routine of the child is so much disturbed, or if it is not possible for the child to get up at a certain time, or if he is missing on the morning activity, at least let them do the afternoon and the evening activity. If they start enjoying certain thing, they will automatically increase their time on that, and the screen time will get reduced. If a child, for example, if a child is, he loves to paint or he loves to do some art, you get them some kind of material or allow them to paint and indulge with them in their hobby. They will automatically increase their time there and lessen the screen time. Any more questions?
I think we can close our day, and it was really a insightful session and very useful for me as well, and I'm hoping it's for everybody as well.
It was lovely meeting every one of you all, and I loved answering your questions, parents. You can reach me out for one-on-one. If you have any other questions, I would love to answer them. Apart from the digital part also.
Okay, so we should now close our day, and we are really very grateful for you to share your time and be here with us. And we'll be soon coming up with our next webinars. You can also reach us on our group, on our Facebook group, on our page as well for any queries. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, people, everyone around here. Thank you, Soumya.
Yes, thank you, Sandra.
Thank you so much.